Hey everyone, it's Dustin Nulf with Keller Williams Realty's the Dustin Nulf team and Full House LLC Pittsburgh Property Management. How we all doing today? We are going to talk about how you can convert every single real estate lead that you get. Okay, maybe that's not 100% possible, but you can convert a whole hell of a lot of them if you follow these instructions. Before we get going, check out below this video. There's a subscribe button. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're releasing 2 to 4 videos a week. Give us a thumbs up on this video, please. And check out the links I got below in the summary of this video. There's some good books that you should read. Would highly recommend it. Especially this is a real estate lead generation and conversion video, so you should be checking out for sure the MREA book, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book below. It's a fantastic book to help you through your real estate career, whether you want to build a team or not. It's worth reading. So let's get rolling. How do we convert every lead? How do you convert the majority of your leads? So here's the big mind issue, the limiting belief that I find most agents have. There's bad leads, right? They get bad leads. These leads are crap. They're no good. In my opinion, if you have the contact information for the lead, then it's not a bad lead. All right? If you got an email or a phone number that actually connects to that person, then it's a good lead, whether or not they pick up the phone. Most agents are going to call a lead. They're going to get a lead. They're going to call them. They're going to get the voicemail. They're going to say, hey, this is so-and-so from blah, 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 brokerage, and I saw you were interested in 123 Main Street. I'd really like to help you out with that. If you need any help with that, please give me a call. That's it. And that's it. The lead didn't call me back. It's a bad lead. You're giving me crappy leads. Stop giving me crappy leads. They suck. If that's the way you approach your lead prospecting and conversion, then you don't have crappy leads, you have a crappy attitude. That's my opinion on the matter. And I would guess that most producing agents would agree with me. So here's the deal. If you get a lead, the whole idea is you're going to get like something like 80% of your conversion is going to come through from follow-up. Okay? If you don't follow up with the lead, they will not work with you. I can guarantee it. Almost every time they will work with somebody else because you didn't follow up with them. So you have taken a good lead and turned it into crap by not following up with them. That's your fault, nobody else's. Okay? Let's look at, so how do you follow up with a lead to make sure that you convert them? Here's how. And I'll tell you something about buyer leads. Like, buyer leads are the easiest leads to convert. They are so easy to convert. It amazes me that agents fail to convert buyer leads. All you have to do is talk to the person and ask them questions. And the key is, like, you got to talk to them, so you can't give up until you get them on the phone or in person, preferably. And you can start with text messaging. It's fine. We're going to look at that. Here's how to do it. Some people will say, like, 10 days of pain or whatever. They have, like, all these different little sayings for it. Whatever you use is fine. Just follow up with them. And you got to follow up with them consistently. You have to know that an internet lead, like within 5 minutes, if you haven't contacted them, you're probably not going to get them. And you're going to have to do a lot of follow-up. So if you get an internet lead, you need to call them right now. Like, I would be out showing houses, and I would get a lead would come in. I'd get a text that said, you got this new lead, and I would call them immediately while I was in between showing houses. And I would stop at the house while my client waited for me to get out of my car, and I'd be taking notes. I'd be talking to the lead. I'd be converting the lead, scheduling an appointment, putting it in my calendar, and then I would go in and show the house to the client I was already working with. That's how you should run your business if you want to be successful. If you're ignoring the lead that comes in, when it comes in, then you're not going to convert them. And worse yet, like, when you're showing the house, don't be answering your freaking phone or making phone calls. That's rude, it's unprofessional, it's bad customer service. You do it in between your showings. Here's how you do it. Here's how you convert. Call, text, email. These are the 3 means of communication that we use usually. You can also add in there, if you want to really soup it up and do it right, social media. and we'll talk about social media in a second. When you get a lead, you need to call them. If you have a phone number, you call them. If you find out it's a wrong phone number in your database, in your CRM, mark it as a bad phone number. That's fine. If it's a bad phone number, obviously text messaging is not going to work. But if it rings in, you're going to text message them also. Let's back to calls though. When you call them and you get their voicemail, because most of the time you're going to get their voicemail, you're not going to actually talk to them. You're going to leave a message that is not passive aggressive. We don't like passive aggressive. Okay, passive aggressive does not convert leads. So your message is going to be, hey, this is Dustin Nulf with Keller Williams Realty, the Dustin Nulf team. I was calling you back because I saw you were interested in 123 Main Street. Would you like to see that property? Let me know. Call me. Text me on my cell phone. Here's my cell phone number. And then I'm going to repeat my cell phone number again, because if you have like a communication error or bad cell reception and they miss your number, that might be why they're not calling you back, because they didn't get your full number. So leave your number twice when you leave a voicemail. So we're going to give them bait. It's like fishing. We throw a hook out there with bait on it. The bait is, would you like to see that property? If they're interested in the property, they might want to see it. Okay? We want them to call us back. That's the initial message that I'm going to leave. When I text message them, I'm going to say the same thing basically. Hey, I saw you were interested in 123 Main Street. Would you like to see that ? That's my text message. Okay? I want a response. I could get back, who is this? Like, that could be my response. That's great. They responded to me. This is Dustin Nulf with Keller Williams Realty. You registered on our site, or you called us, or whatever. Would you like to see that property? I'm going to ask them that again. You always want to end with a question, whether it's via call, text, or email. You're going to end with a question because you are the leader of the conversation. You want to keep the conversation flowing, and you do that by asking questions. So same thing with text message. I'm gonna ask that question. I'm gonna follow up via email. So if I did a call and I did a text, and I haven't got a response yet, then I'm going straight to email. And I don't wait long, right? I'm going to call them. If I leave a voicemail, I'm going to go straight to text, and then I'm not even going to wait for a response on text. I'm just going to go straight to email. The email is going to say the same effing thing. Just say the same thing. It's not complicated. You can have, in my CRM, I have templates. So I just go in and I pick the template and hit select and then hit send. Select, send, select, send, select, send. I just sent out to 3 different leads all that fast. You can make this like an extremely efficient way of following up also if you've got templates in there for your text and email. And you want a cool CRM, link below. Real Geeks does text and email from it, so you can go through and you can text all your leads through Real Geeks, which is fantastic. And you can have a template built right in there to make it super easy to talk to your leads. You don't have to sit there and thumb it up on your cell phone, right? So we're going to ask the same thing. Hey, you inquired about 123 Main Street. Would you like to schedule a showing for that property? ? Here's my contact info. If you want to step up your game on social media, like, you find them on social media and friend them, okay? Now, if you're going to do that, you need to make sure that you're professional on social media. You don't want to be acting like a fool and talking about dumb stuff on your social media profile. Because the last thing you want to do is start working with somebody and then you start talking about something super, extreme political stuff or extreme religious stuff, and then that person hates you because you have a different view than them. That's not good for business. So if you're going to friend them on social media, keep it professional. But then what you do, social media allows you to get like an extra edge on branding for free, basically. So if you can get them in your social media sphere, and then you're posting like your personal stuff, and it's just like stuff that like normal people post about their kids and their dog and like cool things to do and great places to eat. And then every once in a while you post, I helped this amazing couple find their first home. I feel so great about this. Like, that sort of stuff is going to catch their eye because they're searching for a home too. And they may not talk to you through these things at all, but they could become your friend here, and then they're just watching what you do and watching who you are. And it's kind of like you're branding them and you're kind of leading them down your path to conversion, right? So that's the idea there. And here's the deal. So we're going to do this. This is what we do first. Okay, when we get the new lead, we're going to do this. Ideally, I was contacting as many leads as possible in the morning when I wrapped up for the day. In the evening, between 6 and 8 p.m., I would do this again. I wouldn't do social media again, but I would do a call and a text again at the end of the day and say, hey, I was just following up. I tried to get you earlier. Are you available to talk right now? Question mark. Okay? You're going to do that twice on the first day. So you do it in the morning and you do it in the evening. The next day and every day after that, for at least 7 days, you're going to call, text, and email them. And it's going to be variations on that, right? So, hey, I tried to reach you yesterday about 123 Main Street. If you don't like that property, let me know what area you're searching for. I can send you a free list of homes for sale in that area. Would that be of interest to you? Question mark. And with a question, okay? So you're gonna give them bait again. Hey, I'm gonna send you a free list of homes for sale in the areas that you're interested in. Would you like that? Right? People like free stuff. People like help for free. So that's another thing. Kind of keep sending those things out there. Hey, I just want to let you know this new home just popped up in the area that you were looking at. Would you like to see it? Right? How soon are you looking to buy? Have you been pre-approved for financing yet? Those are the questions that you can shoot out there every day. So you're going to do that for like 7 days straight. You're going to call them, text them, and email them. Same questions for 7 days straight. After 7 days, then you can go on like a once a week follow-up. Okay, so we're going to say, so including the first day, we got 8 days. And this is like when if you follow the MREA book or like whatever, the 8x8 campaign, like it's 8 contacts over 8 days basically. It's a little bit more than that, but we're going to call it like an 8x8. So you're going to contact them 8 days in a row, right? And then it's once per week for a month. So for the next 4 weeks, you're going to contact them once a week, and you're going to do the same sort of stuff, give them a little piece of bait, ask them to answer a question for you, and then move on. Do it next week. Then it's once per month. I would say for up to like 6 months, so 3 to 6 months, you're going to contact them once per month. Okay, after that, it's once per quarter for the rest of their life. Okay? Now, it would be acceptable to do it once every 6 months for life also. These two here, like you're going to get results from it. As a newer agent, I would stick to once per quarter, but as you get too many people in your database, it's going to be hard for you to do everybody once per quarter. So you're going to do once every 6 months. And the thing is, you need to be systematic, right? If you stop here, you're going to miss the conversion here. If you stop here, you're going to miss the conversion here. You need to keep doing it. So, and you want to top grade your leads too, which means that, you know, the person that called you that was not pre-approved and they had $500 to their name and that was borrowed money and they have credit card debt and their credit score sucks, like, they go to the bottom of the list. Unfortunately, they go to the bottom of the list. You can give them, you know, here's a credit repair company, talk to them, get through their process, and then call me back. And you might put them on like a 3-month follow-up just to see if they've actually made any progress. But they're going to go, like, they're least important because they're not qualified. Unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. We can't help everybody, all right? The qualified people, so let's say you got a $500,000 buyer and you got a $100,000 buyer, and they're both equally qualified. I mean, who are you going to put on the priority list? Put the $500,000 buyer on the priority list. The more you follow up with them, the higher of a chance that you're going to convert them over anybody else. So there you go. Run that system. Follow up with them until you die or they die. Or they tell you to remove me from your calling list. Okay? If they tell you that, then remove them from your calling list and leave them alone. If you follow this, what you're going to end up with is you're going to have people that you've never met who may or may not have bought a house from you, who end up referring you business because you're following up with them and you've branded your name into their head. So you're the only person they think about when they think about real estate. And that is what you want right there. So this isn't necessarily about the now business. This is about building a business that's going to last you 20 or 30 or 40 or even 50 years down the road. Because if you do this, if you have 600 people in your database that you do this with, and they're averaging, and your average sale price in your area is $200,000, you're going to do 20 million in sales a year or more. I guarantee it, as long as you're asking for business and asking for appointments. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe below, hit the notification bell, check out the links below. Thank you for joining me.